What is up, guys? It is your boy Triple J, and welcome to episode 2 of Nerd Gold. And again, I'm here with my mate Aaron, that runs Crypto Asset Wealth. If you guys want to know anything about Crypto Asset Wealth, I'm just going to say this in the beginning of the video. We'll leave all of the information in the section below. So without further ado, today's video is all about Warren Buffett dumping his airline stocks and a bunch of banking stocks. Let's get straight to it. What do you think about Warren Buffett just dumping these stocks? So he's been a big proponent of especially in the banking sector, him backing the certain, like, obviously the system and whatever he's invested in, he's believed in. So now that this has happened, what is your seeing about the situation that occurred with the decision that was made?
Well, I think firstly, so Warren Buffett's holding companies Berkshire Hathaway.
Yeah.
So I think at a stage last year, over 40% of Berkshire Hathaway's holdings were in banking stocks. Warren obviously got to a point where, he thought, okay, these banking stocks are overvalued and it's time to take a position elsewhere. I know in the midst of dumping his airline stocks, that was during COVID, right?
Yeah.
That was during COVID. So
I'm not sure if so the stuff that I read on was just the number, was billions got dumped.
Yeah.
But which time frame these were on? I don't believe they were on the exact same day.
No.
They were obviously split, but that still occurred in this time frame that we face ourselves right in now, like the time.
Yeah.
And the uncertainty and everything that's flowing around. I think that's really why I chose this topic to speak to you about this today, because I would want to know what you have to say about this.
Yeah. So I remember that dumping of the airline stocks. I remember reading the article. That was during COVID. So, that's pretty self-explanatory, right? COVID happens, there are going to be travel restrictions.
Yeah.
Who's going to suffer? Probably the airline. So that was a good move by him. In terms of banking stocks, you just look at what's going on in the financial world right now, negative yielding interest rates, what's happening in the crypto industry.
So he just doesn't trust what's currently going on in the world.
Maybe we don't know that, but we must remember that Warren Buffett has a duty to his stakeholders, which the people who have allocated capital to Berkshire Hathaway or whatever one of his funds are. So regardless of what Warren believes or thinks, he needs to do stuff to the benefit of those people who are invested with him.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so I think he saw, the COVID thing happening. I'm out of airlines. He can see the shift towards permissionless type of money movement now, or crypto networks and that. Maybe he's a little bit bearish on banking stocks. I would be.
From a crypto perspective, do you think? So we all know that Warren Buffett isn't the biggest bystander of crypto.
No, he hates it.
Okay, so do you think he's actually allocated some of his funds and his capital towards crypto?
If it was in an institutional capacity, we would have seen it. We've seen MicroStrategy, we mentioned in the last video, come in with 250 billion. Last week, Square is a big company in the US focusing on crypto adoption, that they just moved $50 million of their balance sheet into crypto. Warren, by definition, he should be against crypto, right? Because 40% of his book is invested in banks. So,
but you don't think he?
In his personal capacity, we would never know. But like as an institution, we would see it. So I don't think as an institution he's invested anything into crypto. I think at a stage he will kind of be, I don't want to say forced to, but he's going to be forced to look for alpha. So to look for returns, right? And we can chat in circles as much as we want, but we know crypto has been the best performing asset class over the last 10 years or so, and it's tiny. It's so small compared to any other investment class. So I believe regardless of the institution, regardless of the company, there's going to be that herd mentality effect now that we've seen that on the Nasdaq already.
Let's say now what happened with the whole with this whole time that we're in with the dollar, kind of like weakening in this environment and certain asset classes rising above. Okay, my question really is, what is your vision on gold? What do you see to the extent, what would happen with gold in the next 5 to 10 years?
So we actually, when I say we are talking about core, so crypto, we put out a macroeconomic analysis last year, July, speaking about how we believe US and Asian equities, so your stock market, are overvalued, and how gold and silver, your precious metals, are undervalued. And what we've seen over the last year is a substantial rise in the gold price and also in the silver price. It's been quite volatile. But my view on the next, 3 to 5, 10 years, whatever time frame, is that people are going to value assets like precious metals and crypto more so over the next years as people reduce investment in overvalued asset classes like equities. So I believe over the next years, as a low risk, low return investment, gold and silver are going to be incredible, next 3 to 5 years or whatever.
Yeah.
And just to add to that, before you jump in, just to add to that, what's fueling that is the constant printing of currency. So we've seen that with the dollar, we've seen with all these monetary stimulus. Quantitative easing.
Yeah.
So that's just going to fuel the fire for gold and silver and Bitcoin and crypto.
Yeah. No, really, what my seeing is, really on, is I'm pretty bullish on gold. Maybe it's because I'm a little bit still learning. Going like on my journey and on my process. I'm really seeing gold and crypto sticking its head out above a whole lot of like asset classes, and that's really what I believe it's going to happen. But what I believe and what is going to happen, that's just my belief. What I am seeing from a investing perspective.
Yeah.
So that would be basically it that we have planned for today. And just thank you for your time and thank you for this opportunity to pick your brain. Yeah.
No, thanks, Joe. It was an awesome opportunity as always. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, so that will be it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you did like this video, please leave a like. Please leave a comment in the comment section below. And I will see you guys in the next one.
Over the edge, feel like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done.